Good afternoon and welcome to Reading, Writing, Arithmetic. My name is Jamie Farney. I'm principal at Dade County High School, and I have a special guest star today as Mr. Brent Cooper, assistant principal extraordinaire. We've got a lot of important events to talk about. We've got some students that are going to be coming on with us, and I'm glad to share them with you as we talk about all the upcoming events that are happening. But before I do, I want to take a minute to brag on this guy right here. He and Ms. Barton, Charity Barton, two best assistant principals I've ever worked with, and I just want to say right here in front of everybody that I could not do it without this guy right here.
Thank you very much.
He's an outstanding guy to work with, wonderful with the kids, and I didn't know this until we went to the South Pittsburgh game. He took me to his old stomping ground, and I'm pretty sure that when he retires from Dade County, he's going to be the mayor over there. The 3-foot rule is what I call it. Couldn't go 3 foot without running into somebody that you know. That man got more hugs than anybody I've ever seen. But anyway, Mr. Cooper, I know that we've got a lot of stuff going on. Talk to us about Teen Maze. I know we got about 100 kids out of the building today, and that they were going to something called Teen Maze. Let the folks at home know about that.
Yeah, last year I was the administrator that actually attended the event. Today, Miss Charity Barton, our assistant principal, is with our sophomores. But Teen Maze, pretty much it takes real life situations that hopefully they won't be faced with, but could possibly, and they talk about the different consequences that teens could face if they make bad choices. They have you're probably aware of the real life scene, or the scene that they'll reenact of, someone drinking, and they have a car accident, and they have all the sophomores lined up, and they show the emergency personnel coming, and it's kind of heartbreaking to watch because some people have had to live through that and may have relatives that have lived through that. But it's you look around as the sophomores are watching that, and you'll even see some maybe wipe a tear off their cheek, or it's very silent for those 15 or 20 minutes or so that's going on. That's just one of the things that happen. There's also there's different phases they'll take the kids through. The sexually transmitted disease, they have an area for that they walk through, and look at the different research on it. Teen pregnancy. They have, last year, I think one of the things that was very eye-opening to me, they had a girl that was on probation, and she came in and shared her story to about 30 sophomores at a time. And so they get to see real life people, not just reenactments all the time. So I really commend them for the job that they do, and it makes a difference. It makes an impact on our kids. You can see it on their faces at the different phases that they go through.
Yeah, I was always struck by, we see the kids come back, and, it takes a lot to kind of stick into a kid's mind. How many of us have heard, like, hey, how was your day today? Oh, it was all right. They'll be ready to talk about it tonight because it's so in your face. It's not just watching a video or something. They're actually seeing these things play out, and they're talking to real live people who have suffered the consequences of drinking and driving, or who have, caused the death of another person, and they're having to live with that. And so it is a little emotional sometimes, but sometimes to get that point across, it needs to be. Yeah. Well, changing gears from Teen Maze, so if you have a sophomore, be sure to ask them about that. But just changing gears a little bit, I know that we've got learning-focused schools. Probably the other principals have talked a little bit about it. It's a big curriculum measure that we're implementing not only at Dade County High School, but at the other 3 schools in the county as well. And Mr. Cooper and Ms. Barton are kind of tag teaming on the redelivery of that. So talk to us about what Learning Focused Schools is, what it means to the classroom, and then what kind of impacts we can see, maybe on student achievement later on.
Yeah, before I became an administrator, you always wondered what administrators did during the summer. And I tell you what, Miss Barton and I, we did plenty this summer in preparing for the framework that we're trying to roll out this year in Learning Focused Schools. But we attended a 4 to 5 day intensive, training on this, where we could go through what we're going to ask our teachers to go through this year. We talked about it a little bit last year and kind of rolled it out, but I was really impressed with the research that goes behind this, the data. It's not just something they thought of. They've been doing work from 2008 to 2016, they've entered into over 1,000 schools to see what these exemplary schools do best and what kind of research that goes behind that. And then what we're trying to do is take those top things and say, here's what worked in these schools. We want to try it in our school, because we have high expectations for Dade County. We have high expectations for our teachers, and it's all about the planning. We want, at the end of the day, when they leave the classroom, we want the students to be the ones that are tired, not our teachers. And so, it's all about the planning. If they put in the time beforehand, then when the kids come into the classroom, they can expect a rigorous lesson, one that's going to allow them to think, and create. Like what we're wanting to create here are students that when they leave Dade County, they go into the workforce and they're able to think, they're able to solve problems. And when you come into our classes, hopefully you don't see traditional rows and 5 or 6. You'll see, maybe 2 people working together, or a group of people like you will in the workforce. So I'm really excited about it, and our teachers are on board. We have teachers that are committed to be lifelong learners, and I'm that myself, as I know you are. Been in this for 20 years, but I know now if I was in the classroom, I'd be a much better teacher than I was the very first year. And that's all we're trying to do.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of fun. I know that when Mr. Cooper and Ms. Barton present that, they're always jazzed up walking in the hallways in between sessions, because, we got into this because we love teaching, and it doesn't matter if it's kids or adults. That there is something about that, kind of being on the stage and getting folks excited about what we're trying to do. So we're really proud of the work that these guys have done with Learning Focused Schools, and we're going to be continuing to do that to deliver the best educational product we can to our students. We've got just a couple more minutes before we bring some of our awesome kids on. Give us a little update with softball. For those of you who don't know, Coach Cooper last year moved into an administrative role here. He was the baseball and softball coach before that, and I know he's got a vested interest in those softball girls. We just had senior night the other night. What's ahead for the softball team? Yeah,
on those seniors, we had Molly Linder, Zoe Moore, and Jasmine Crabtree, who celebrated senior night the other night. Had a good win, by the way. They've worked hard this year. I believe our girls right now are pretty much locked into the 3rd seed. The tournament's coming up September the 27th will be the first round. Done a little bit differently this year. It's kind of like the state does playoffs. They're going to have a best of 3 series in the first round, where it looks like our 3rd seed will play the 6th seed.
Gotcha.
The winner of that will play the winner of the 4 and 5 seed. I believe is how it works, or maybe it's number 2. I could be totally wrong, but I know that's going to take place on October the 1st or so. So it's a 3-game series, which you can't just depend on that one girl to
pitch you out of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I kind of like the way that they've done that. So our girls will be ramping up for the playoffs next week. They're very excited about that, and I've seen him getting better, throughout the year and improve game by game. I feel like he's got the 9 that he wants in there that's going to give them the best chance to be successful. So really excited about that coming up.
And I agree. I've seen a lot of the softball games, and they have grown. That last game, it was a tight game, but it was one of those where there was no defensive letdowns, and it was one of those where the defense put the pitcher in a position to close the game out, and it turned out in our favor. So if we can continue that, it's going to be great.
Got a little bit different makeup, a lot of. I haven't heard the young excuse this year, which I'm proud of. Yes. They just went out and played, and they've performed well.
Yeah, Fowler on 3rd, lots of sophomores and freshmen. So this is a team that's going to be reckoned with for a long time. And if we can kind of get some momentum going, they could make some noise this year as well. Yep. So, but yeah, we are proud of those seniors and want to wish them a great rest of the season. Quick football update, since we don't have any of our students from the football team today. We've got Rockmart this week coming up, and then I believe it's Gordon Central away, and then our homecoming game will be week after next against Coosa. So we're going to have all the traditional homecoming activities, the parade, the pep rally, bonfire. We're going to have the dress-up week and all that stuff as we get ready to take on Coosa in that homecoming game. That's October 5th. So be sure to listen out at home for the dates and times of the it'll be the 4th, I believe, as the parade and the dance and all that kind of stuff. So this year's theme is It's a Small Town World, and we want to highlight all the great things that make Dade County and Trenton in particular just a wonderful place to live, work, and play. So, Mr. Cooper, thank you for being on this first segment. We're going to start out with Kate Monday and Blair Godwin. They'll be here in just a second, and we'll talk about some audio-visual stuff that's going on at the high school. Thank you, and stay tuned.
Hey everybody, if you're looking for a great deal on antique furniture, come down and see Daryl and Vicky at Ma and Pa's Trading Post at 12270 South Main Street in Trenton, Georgia. We have great deals on primitive, antique, vintage, and repurposed furniture. We also have a great selection of mid-century and modern items as well, along with all types of collectible items for your home. You can call us at 423-488-5929. We're open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. Thank you and have a blessed day.
This fall, we're rolling out the Love the Bus Elementary campaign. Love the Bus is designed to teach students the importance of safety, respect, and proper bus etiquette. As we continue to enhance efforts of safety for our students, we'd like to have you as part of our team. The Dade County Schools Transportation Department is seeking bus drivers and bus monitors. Part-time hours with full-time benefits. For more info, call the Dade County Schools Central Office today at 706-657-4361.
Brown's Tire Pros knows that when you need tires or automotive service, you don't need a hassle. Brown's Tire Pros has been family owned and operated since 1994, and you'll always get friendly customer service and never be sold anything you don't need. We sell major brands of tires like Michelin and BF Goodrich. In fact, Michelin offers safe, fuel-efficient, long-lasting tires that'll keep you going for miles to come. Visit us at Brown's Tire Pros in Trenton today or online at brownstirePros.com.
Georgia Northwestern Technical College is now accepting applications for classes. We offer programs in business, health, industrial, and public service at 6 campus locations with financial aid options as well. Take day, evening, or online classes to get your degree, diploma, or certificate. Apply now. Drop by one of our campuses today or check us out at gntc.edu. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Get focused. Get hired.
Can you gig it? Oh, yes, you can. We know you've been waiting for a long time, and now Tennessee Valley Net is bringing it to you. Gigabit internet service now available in certain areas of Dade County. Not just fast, super fast internet service now available from Tennessee Valley Net. People are talking, I mean really smiling about gig speed internet available in limited areas from Tennessee Valley Net. Call today at 706-657-4367 or log on at tvn.net and see if gig speed is available where you are. We know you'll gig it from Tennessee Valley Net.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back to Reading, Writing, Arithmetic. This is Dade County High School's time. I've got two lovely young ladies with me. We've swapped out Mr. Cooper and brought in some of our students. Definitely an upgrade. No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully he won't be watching. Anyway, I just want to introduce them real quick, or let them introduce themselves. We've got Kate Monday and Blair Godwin.
I'm Caitlin. I'm a junior.
I'm Blair. I'm also a junior.
And the reason I wanted to bring them on the show today is to talk to you guys. I know sometimes we take a little heat on social media. A lot of people don't understand all the CTA programs that we have. One of the most just incredible technologically advanced ones that we have is our audio and visual department. You know, back in the day when I was in school, it meant basically a VHS camcorder. Now we've come a long ways. But these two ladies, you can see them running up and down the sidelines at home football games. They go to other games as well. But talk about us, tell the folks at home a little bit about, when they see you guys on the sideline with the equipment, what's going on the sideline, what's going up in the box, who can see the game, what exactly are you guys doing?
Basically, when we're on the sideline, we're just getting footage for the pregame videos that Megan Shower edits, and on the top, when they're on the press box, they mainly just film those for the football players to watch film on Huddle and for people at home to see.
The pregame videos are a video we show like before pep rallies or during the pep rallies, and it gets the football players hyped for the game and ready to play the other team. So it helps them.
Where could the folks at home, I was telling you guys earlier today when we were talking about coming on the show, if I can't make it, I've got a 2-month-old baby, but if I can't make it to the game, I always tune in on the NFHS network. So is that the only place that you guys, that your broadcast is shown, or?
It is the only place that we broadcast the show. Like, you can log on there, and then you can search Dade County schools, and it'll show what we're going live with, and you can see the pregame videos and our announcements that we do every morning.
Yes, that if you haven't watched the pregame video, guys, I mean it's amazing. These girls get the best footage, and then Megan Shower, I'm sure stays up late into the night trying to get all of it together. But it's about as well produced a 3-5 whatever minute clip. Just all of the highlights. It's really excellent. You guys do great work. So do you guys just do football, or is it other events as well?
We try to do every sport that's in the season. They broadcast those. We don't necessarily make pregame videos for every sport. It's pretty much just football. But we're hoping to make at least one pregame video for every sport that's in that season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's very cool. It's a great way to build, morale.
Yeah.
The spirit is really, if you guys haven't seen it, you need to check it out. Let's see. Talk to me about the technology that you guys get to play with. I see you running up and down the sidelines with some pretty expensive stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And in the press box, a lot of people don't get to see that. I mean, it's like a full-on TV studio in there with all the magic that they have. So talk to us a little bit about what you've got today.
Okay, so this thing is called the Ronin.
Super expensive.
Yeah, it is. And basically, the camera in front stays level when we turn it on. So we can run and we can film the football players and we can run with them.
And it stays completely stable.
Yeah.
Makes for great shots for the pregame video.
It does.
Yeah, so if they go screaming down the sideline, the camera's not bobbing up and down.
Yeah.
It's like truly what you would use if you were making like a Hollywood movie, right?
Yes.
Well, talk to us a little bit about that. I know that you guys, have been involved with the program for a long time. Is this something that either one of y'all are going to try to pursue later on?
I'm hopefully going to do something with producing or writing, something along those lines.
How do you think your experiences with the program are going to help you in that pursuit?
Oh, a lot. In Hearst class, you do the entire thing. You write it. You come up with the idea of what your video is going to be about. You act in it. You edit it. It's the whole full circle thing, and it's very helpful and enlightening.
I wandered up, full disclosure, I wandered up on a set earlier this year. Actually, it was last week, where it was like a full hospital scene, and I'm like, why is there a hospital bed in the hallway? And you've got Jared laying there under the sheet, in a coma, and Sean Green coming over. We've looked at the scans. I think he's going to be in a coma.
Oh, yeah, with a sweatshirt. Yeah.
They have so much fun, though. I mean, it really is cool.
Yeah,
and,
it's super fun.
As far as the other technology, I know that we've got the drones. Coach Hurst helped me out with getting some pictures of the solar panels that we have up on the roof. And I know the equipment up in the box. Talk to me just a little bit about that. Like, what kind of stuff goes on up there? I know they've got the banner down at the bottom with the score and the first down and all that stuff. But.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what.
Well, we have our own broadcast, so we have a camera that films it all, and then we have someone else, and Alex Jones is the one who films, and Colton Emmett runs the broadcast. So he goes back and forth from commercial and changes the score, and he gives little updates, and then he pauses it when there's timeouts, and then we have people that commentate, and one of those people is Don, and he gives updates on the game and stuff like that, so people that can't make it out get to watch the game.
Yeah, I would highly recommend it. It's high definition video stream. I mean, it's really nice. I was sitting there, like I said, last weekend. I was watching the game, sitting in my bed. I was streaming it on the Chromecast there, high definition. I was like, it's pretty nice,
Some good stuff.
Yeah.
Y'all do great work. All right. So NFHS Network, you can go there to see the announcements, the daily announcements. Yes. Kate, I know you're on that, and I know you work behind the scenes on that. And again, it's really well done. We've got a little picture of what the broadcast booth looks like that Cody's going to put up for us here. And you can see it looks like a real studio. Talk to us about kind of what we see here in the picture.
Well, in the middle there's two high chairs, and that's where Megan and myself sit. We're the anchors. And then over to the left, there's two lower chairs, and that's for interviews, stuff like that. And then the other TV that you see farther to the right is where we do weather and sports and kind of do all that stuff, and that's what the school sees in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. The whole studio there is top notch. In fact, Coach Hurst was talking to me right before I left today, asking for another little investment of the sling backpack that you guys can carry and broadcast.
Yeah, that
and
thing's heavy.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's way too heavy.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for coming on. Do you have anything else you want to share with the folks at home before you guys take off for the commercial
I think we
break?
pretty much covered everything.
Yeah, I think we got it.
Well, like I said, I can't tell you guys how proud I am of these ladies and the rest of the folks that work on our broadcasts. Very professional results, and I'd love to hear that you're considering that, Kate, and I know that you're going to do great in the future.
Thank you.
So thank you both for being on the show, and after we come back from the commercial break, we'll be talking to some of our athletes.
Looking for a great way to change your look? You'll find the friendly professionals at A Classy Cut Salon ready to care for you. A Classy Cut Salon is in the Grove Shopping Center next to the Dollar General. We serve men and women of all ages at A Classy Cut Salon. Call 657-5607. That's 657-5607 for an appointment, or just walk right in for your next classy cut from A Classy Cut Salon in the Grove Shopping Center, Highway 11 North in Trenton.
A time-tested financial institution equipped with the latest banking technology, the Bank of Dade, with mobile banking to fit your on-the-go lifestyle. Download our latest app today for your iPhone, Android, or tablet to bank on the go. Check your balance, pay bills, make deposits, and keep track of your account anytime and anywhere with the Bank of Dade's smartphone app. Make life easier by using today's most advanced banking technology to your advantage. Call us at 657-6842 or visit on the web at bankofdade.com. Your hometown bank since 1956, the Bank of Dade. Main office is on Highway 11 North in Trenton, and drive-thrus on Highway 11 North and Highway 136 West. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Methamphetamine affects everyone, your neighbors, your friends, and even your family.
Know the signs.
Physical symptoms include you may have extreme difficulty sleeping and even insomnia, and you may lose your appetite.
Know the signs. Please know the signs.
You can seem nervous and anxious and even have paranoia.
Know the signs.
Overheat easily and sweat without even being hot.
Know the signs.
Dilated pupils and even hair loss.
Know the signs.
Hallucinations and delusions. And you can also have tachycardia, which is a rapid heart rate.
Know the signs.
You may have liver damage and loss of skin elasticity.
Know the signs.
You may notice unexplained financial instability and social isolation.
Know the signs.
You may have a false sense of euphoria, coupled with strong depression and even risky behavior, legal trouble, memory loss, and repeated incarceration.
Please know the signs. Unfortunately, we do.
At Gross Furniture in Trenton, Georgia, you get the savings, the selection, and the satisfaction of getting the furniture you deserve at the prices you want. Come in, relax, and take your time. Our staff can assist you with the entire process, from expert advice to professional delivery. That's because Gross Furniture is local and treats you with honesty. Just north of the Courthouse Square on Highway 11 in Trenton. Gross Furniture, the home furnishing store that offers you more.
Alrighty, welcome back to Reading, Writing, Arithmetic. Again, I'm Jamie Farney, principal at Dade County High School, and we have swapped out Kate and Blair for Taylor and Abby. Ladies, introduce yourselves to the folks at home.
I'm Taylor Warren, and I run cross country.
And I'm Abby Moore, and I play volleyball.
Last time on the show, we had football and softball representatives, so we wanted to make sure that we got equal time with these two ladies representing our cross country and volleyball teams. We'll start out with Taylor. Just a couple of questions for you. Now, talk to us about who is the coach, how many runners are there on the team, how often do you practice? Just kind of give us a little background.
Okay, the coach is Anna Thomas from the middle school, but she does high school. And then there's only 2 girl runners, and then there's probably 12 guy runners. And we practice Monday through Thursday. And then we usually have meets on Saturdays or on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I know just recently y'all were down in Carrollton. How was that course?
It's really hard because it's actually the state course, and so we wanted to run it, to be prepared for that later on.
What's the biggest difference between that and some of the other places you run?
The hills, and there's no shade, and so it makes it harder.
Yeah. especially this time of year when it's 95, I'm sure. Talk to us about our brand new course over at the middle school. I know that we're going to be using it in the future for our, hosting our own meets and stuff like that. What can you say about it?
There's a lot of hills, which is good because it helps us prepare for like the other courses and especially the state course. So, yeah.
Do you think the elevation gives you guys a boost? When you're running around here and then you go down to like Metro Atlanta where elevation's not as high?
Definitely. Like the hills help us out a lot because like your time will be a lot faster on a flat course than a hilly course.
Well, very cool. All right, let's see. One of the things I always like to do when I have kids representing different sports or activities is to talk about, for that middle school kid that may be watching at home, why should they be a cross-country runner?
Well, you get in really good shape, especially if you do other sports like basketball. You can be better in shape for that, which is why I actually started. But then I like cross-country better, so I just kind of stuck with that.
Cross-country and any kind of individual like that event is different in that, it's just you, right? I mean, you're not, there's other people out there racing, but really the only person you're competing against is yourself and your best time and trying to make yourself that much better every time, right? So that mindset, for a kid that maybe doesn't want to play a team sport, So, all right. Well, Abby, turn it over to you now. Volleyball. Talk to us about the season so far. How's it going?
It's going really well. We've won a lot of our matches. We've only played one region match, and we won that one. So hopefully we're going to place pretty high in our region.
Talk to us about how long the volleyball program has been in place. I know it hasn't been around that long, and I know now it's gone down to the middle school, which is exciting.
This is the high school's third year, and I think it's the middle school's second year.
That's fantastic. What possessed you? Had you played volleyball before? Or?
No, I really just wanted to be a part of something bigger, I guess, and it just sounded like it would be a really fun sport.
What was the hardest thing, like trying to master going into a brand new sport? Something that you've never played before. You just go out there with a bunch of girls and you just try to figure it out.
I think just sticking with it because we struggled our first year so much, and I don't know, it would have been easy to give up, but I'm glad that we stuck with it.
Right. I've seen several matches this year, and every time I see the coaches, I'm just like, wow. I mean, you guys have improved so much, and now you've got the full JV, the full varsity. When we host those events and we're playing multiple matches, I have a lot of fun out there. It's really exciting. I remember last year double hitting the ball and stuff like that, and now we hardly ever see that at all. I mean, it's you guys have improved so much. So
we've gotten so much better.
Give a shout out to your coaches. I know.
Our coaches are Carrie Morris and Rhonda Bradford, and they're new this year. Morris used to be our JV coach, and now she's on varsity.
Right.
But they are so good. They're so dedicated, and they're supportive, and we just couldn't have better coaches.
That's excellent. What's the worst part of practice?
The running. We run for like 5 minutes at the very beginning, and it's terrible.
Well, don't like dissuade people from trying out.
It's not. The rest of it's good. Just the first 5 minutes is not good.
How as a team, sort of as a larger family, how does everybody get along? Is it a pretty good group to work with?
Everyone loves each other. We do a lot of stuff outside of volleyball, and it's always a lot of fun.
Well, it shows up on the court because somebody can make a mistake. I never see anybody cutting eyes or giving harsh looks or anything like that. Anyway, it's outstanding. We had Taylor on at the end of last year for running the mile, right, at state.
I think it's like the
2 mile at state. But so it's cross country season now. She's out there doing her thing, and Abby and the rest of the volleyball girls are doing their thing, and we just want to say how proud we are of you guys. We like to try to spotlight people from academic realms and from athletic realms and the arts, like our former group, and we love putting them on display because they are such great kids. But we could talk to them about AP courses and dual enrollment and all that kind of stuff, and that's a show for another time. But thank you all for tuning in this week. I'm Jamie Farney with Taylor Warren and Abby Moore, and thank you for tuning in. Take care.